Tonight's podcast is brought to you by one weird trick Big Pharma doesn't want you to know about.
Hi, David Artichoke Fox here with an all-new, cruelty-free, gluten-free, farm-raised, kale-infused, non-GMO immortality crystal. Scientifically tested and proven to cure you of cancer, diabetes, limp dick, rickets, amputated limbs, and the deadly effects of chemtrails and spherical earth propaganda. The cruelty-free, gluten-free, farm-raised, kale-infused, non-GMO immortality crystal, or the DAFCFGFFRKINGIC for short, like chocolate, aligns planetarily with the sun energy and is able to cure your woes in abundance of cash for only 10 easy payments of $19.99. Here's a testimonial from a pleased customer.
Who's going to destroy the Asian carp in the Great Rivers? They're destroying my fucking fishing.
Don't let big pharmacy fool you. They create customers, not cures.
Again to the Good Old Gamers Podcast, episode number 56. It's May 7th, 2016. We're just a few days away from where you heard us last time.
Yep.
So I'm sitting here as always with Brandon Gentry.
Go fuck yourself, everyone. But give us a call, 682-777-GOOD.
Don't let Brandon's hateful words discourage you. Back with us, longtime guest and friend Steve Steverson.
I think our top recurring guest.
Yeah.
I'm here to fuck bitches and catch Pokemon. So, glad to be back.
We all about that. Now I can light my cigarette with this.
That is some ghetto shit there.
Yeah,
Yep.
It is.
I can't keep a lighter in this house because Emerald jacks them and puts them in her purse, and she'll have like 3 to 4 lighters in her fucking
Open our
purse.
volume just a hair, so bear with me.
Nice.
We're kind of quiet. Okay, that's better.
Anyways, we're back with you again. We're experimenting tonight. We have a camera hooked up.
Yeah.
Doing a little video recording, playing around.
Yep.
And you better believe our clothes are off.
Yep. Bunch of hot, sweaty, naked dudes up in here.
Yep. And I think Steve's really the only person on camera because we got this old crappy camera we're just testing with before we buy real cameras.
I mean, we can only contain so many man boobs in one camera, so...
We had to already stretch the screen to fit. So, anyway, I guess we'll just go ahead and kick it off with news. I really don't have a whole lot.
Me either,
Considering it's only been like 3 days since we recorded. But
exactly.
I do have a big one that developed. I figure could be a cool discussion point for us in the news.
Okie dokes.
And you want to get it out of the way, or you want me to do my 2 little bits first?
Let's get little bits going. Close the discussion. It's kind of our tradition.
Little bits ain't much. I will say this, and people might fucking snub their nose at me for saying this.
I will. I definitely will.
I'm sure you will. But I see. Is this bothering you?
No,
is my cancer stick bothering you?
No, I got that new thing that David Artichoke Wolf was selling. I mean, I can smoke all of the cigarettes as long as they're organic.
That's funny that guy said that about those Asian carps. I'd seen a documentary the other day where they're like taking over. We have them here and shit too in Alabama.
Aren't those called koi?
No, these are a little bit different. They don't look like they don't even really look like carp.
Okay.
And they carry razor blades.
Oh, shit.
They're all members of the Yakuza.
That's what you call a school of them, like Yakuza.
Yeah, the Yakuza. You don't go fishing around there because if you don't buy the illegal Tamagotchis that the fish try to peddle you, they like gang around you and fucking take turns shanking the shit out of you.
And then they bukkake your corpse.
Childhood memories.
Yeah, and they all have tentacles. There is a Battlefield game coming out that I'm actually kind of somewhat interested in.
Really?
They just revealed it's called Battlefield 1, and it takes
Is it
place...
about the World War One?
It takes place in World War One.
I thought we kind of mentioned that before,
It's supposed to be going back to basics, yeah. It's supposed to have a mode on it where you're stuck in, like, I get it stalemate pretty much where, like both sides are equally matched and equally dying. Don't they pretty much refer to that as a stalemate?
Yeah.
They're talking about having a mode where you can craft weapons and stuff out of the environment for incoming, like, German assaults and shit. They got a trailer for it out. It looks, they don't show any gameplay, of course, but...
Yeah.
I'm excited they're going back to World War One because I like the old World War shit. So
in Battlefield 1942, and what was the next one? Was it
Vietnam? Wasn't it?
There's a Vietnam. Those were okay. I really liked 1942. I played the fuck out of 1942.
I liked the old Medal of Honors back in the day originally.
Yeah,
like they were
and
fun.
The original Call of Duties were good.
Yeah,
back before they became the copy paste shitfest.
Speaking of Call of Duty, I have a bit of Call of Duty news. They've also announced Call of Duty Warfare Remastered, and it's Modern Warfare Remastered for the new consoles.
Oh boy!
Yep. That's all the little bits of news.
I got a few little bits before we get out of the way.
2 bits a dollar.
So there's been a mod release for Duke Nukem 3D called Duke Forces. It combines Star Wars Dark Forces, the old PC first-person shooter, with Duke Nukem. So you get force powers and Star Wars weapons as Duke Nukem. I saw the little trailer video showed Duke Nukem like force choking one of the aliens. It's pretty badass.
That sounds immaculate.
They didn't have any,
baby.
Yeah, they didn't have any like custom taunts, which obviously I'm pretty sure they couldn't hire that actor to do so. But still, it looks pretty cool. If you want to be a Duke Nukem Jedi, fucking right, do it. It's a free mod for Duke Nukem 3D. I'm pretty sure you can get Duke Nukem 3D, but it's such an old game. You could probably sell the 7 Cs and get it very easily.
I found my copy in the jewel case and everything at a yard sale for $1.
Nice. I might have paid 75 cents for it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cheap fuck.
Steam has spoiled me so. This one will interest you, Steve. There's going to be more info about Pokemon Sun and Moon revealed on May 10th at 7 a.m. They didn't say how they're releasing the information. A lot of people are betting it's going to be a new video, but it's either going to be a video. They'll probably post it on Twitter no matter how they relay the information. So
I will watch
get
it.
Get up at 7 a.m. That's a Saturday, so get on the Twitters with bated breath.
There's going to be a lot of baiting going on.
Oh yeah, I'm doing some baiting right now. Last bit of news I got is there's a game called Downwell. Have you seen Downwell?
I have not.
It's like a reverse vertical shooter where instead of flying up or going up, you're falling down, and your boots have guns on them, so you're falling down a well, and you can occasionally like stop on little platforms and stuff, but mostly it's a reverse vertical shooter. It's been on PC and mobile for a little while. I just heard about it with this news, but it's also coming to PS4 and Vita. It's only $3 full price, so
nice.
I'm eventually going to get that. It looked pretty damn good. It's got classic Gameboy graphics, except it's also got some red thrown into the black and white, so it looks pretty
Virtual
sweet.
Boy-esque.
Yeah. Well, except that, it didn't give me brain cancer. It's mostly black and white, and like just a few things were highlighted with red to really like bring them to attention. So yeah, what's the big discussion?
There's a big rumor floating around about the NX.
Does it suck your cock?
Nintendo is possibly abandoning the CD format and going back to cartridges.
I know that they patented the system without an optical drive. I figured they were just going to go to DLC.
What I'd read was they had been talking about like the 3D, how 3DS games are done. They figured out a way to pretty much fit anything. Of course, they can fit on a CD on those, and it could play on the fact that the NX is possibly portable as well, and you have like a game that you could carry with you as well. Play on your home console.
That makes sense because you wouldn't want to bring around a booklet of DVDs.
Yeah,
for mobile gaming. So. Yeah, I could see that. They're probably going to have small carts that hold like 8 gigabytes or something like that. I don't know what they're still going not 4K, which is good because fuck 4K. But so yeah, it could work. I can see it working. And being that as it is, maybe we might see smaller games get released on smaller cartridges and come cheaper because they don't have to pay as much.
Well, it was something too about Nintendo had placed an order for a ton of like ROM chips and shit, some sort of patented
actual ROM chips.
Yeah,
that's old school.
Yeah,
huh?
So I don't know. I think it's going to be some big sort of surprise because they're going to have to pull out some sort. I'm sorry, y'all. Pull out some sort of big guns this go around. I mean, we've been saying that for weeks now, but
yeah, it's kind of a Hail Mary play there. How does Steve feel about cartridges?
Well, every Pokemon game ever created that matters is on a cartridge, so I like them. They're pretty great.
What about Pokken?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Can you get to level 100 in that game?
Yes.
Shut up.
I think you can.
We should call our friend Mike Kennedy and ask him what he thinks about
I'm sure,
cartridge-based format.
He might be suing Nintendo for copyright infringement.
He might be doing it. He's in the process
That's
right now.
his next business venture.
Yeah, suing everybody.
It's like, I got to get some money back for all these 10,000 Jaguar shells sitting in my garage right now. I'm going to sell it back to the dental companies.
Yep. Yeah. So is that it? Do you have any news, Steve?
Yeah, I don't know if this is real or not, but TG shared a video of some beta footage. Is it not real? You're saying
Well,
no?
If it's the one, is it the one of, is it like Bulbasaur or Squirtle? Are you talking about Pokemon Go?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's one video that I've seen people are sharing, and it's them like catching a Pokemon, and it's fake.
I don't know if it was that one. There wasn't a lot of Pokemon catching. It was kind of going over how the game would work. And basically there would be like gyms set up all around geographic areas. And you would pick a team and you would pick a gym. And you'd leave one of your Pokemons there to guard the gym, which I thought was pretty cool. So you kind of get to be a gym leader, which is something Pokemon's never done.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's real. I figured that if it was real, it would be blowing up. And it wasn't. So I kind of figure it's fake. But
yeah. So take it with a grain of salt.
Plus, TJ's a dumbass, so anything he says is usually...
Yeah, I usually like immediately discredit it, and then later on, like, oh, maybe that was true. You know.
Another thing I can throw in that supports what you were talking about: Japan announced that Star Fox Zero had the worst sales launch for any Star Fox game to date.
Well, good, because they fucked it up.
Old Star Fox.
Yep.
Seen where a bunch of people were praising the controls on some comments, saying,
and those
it's
people
not
are
as
dumb.
bad when you figure it out.
I've seen some people who are like, oh, well, if you just disable this and that and play it this way, it's not that bad. I'm like, yeah, it's still that bad, and you're an idiot. You just don't want to admit you got burned on $60.
Yep.
If you have to completely change everything in order to play the game, then they did a bad job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
and yeah, I fooled around with the options because that's the first thing I wanted to do. But go back to classic mode. You can't. You can kind of, but it's not there. They fucked it. Oh, well.
And you can't force any of those little animals into balls. So I mean, what's really the point?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's the point of anything.
There is no point.
That's right. There is no point.
That's the only point there is. That there is no point. Are you the gatekeeper?
Do we have a loose wire?
I give the rides around here.
Kind of sounds like we got loose wires. Is your mic plugged in all the way?
We got a loose cannon cop out on the edge.
Yeah. Mine is.
Okay.
Am I
I kept
making
hearing
noises?
like a slight pop every now and then. It really reminds me of a loose wire. But it could just be me. Is that it for news?
That is it for news.
That's it for news.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey.
You like buying used retro games?
Fuck yes, I do. Where can I buy these used retro games?
You should go check out Vault Games in Hanceville.
Wow!
Right outside of Coleman.
Yep.
If you don't feel like driving down there, wow, that's a big sound spot. If you don't feel like driving down there, you should check out their Amazon store.
Isn't that Amazon.com/shop/Vault Games?
I believe it is, Brandon. I believe it is.
Way to get extra cheesy on you there, Mark.
Yeah. Go check Mark's shop, Vault out. Check them out. They got tons of shit.
Yeah, they do.
They rotate stuff in and out pretty frequently. And Mark's pretty cool dude. He might cut you a deal on something you really need.
Go tell him you heard about him here on the Good Old Gamers.
Be sure you tell him that we sent you.
Yeah. Tell him we said we would skull fuck you if you did not go. Because that's the truth. I will skull fuck you.
Say it in front of children.
Yep. In front of your own children if you have them. If not, I'll find other children to make them work.
Create children.
We'll create children expressly for the purpose of them getting to watch you be skull fucked to death.
Yep.
But seriously, go check them out. The good guys. Mark.
Also, FBI and CIA, that was a joke.
Yeah, little to no skull fucking is actually going on at Vault Games.
Yeah, we don't know skull fucking at Vault Games.
A negligible amount.
Just a ton of retro games. They got new stuff too, though. So
yeah, they do have the new stuff.
They're all the way from NES up to current consoles.
Yep. If you want to hop in there, if you like the new Call of Duties, go get you one. They got them.
Mm-hmm. If they don't have it, they can find. What's this?
You have an animal behind you.
My dog has decided to stand on my Atari doubles.
Well, that's nice. You don't need them anymore.
Like an asshole, dude. I've got like 13 Defenders and 14 Pac-Mans.
Nice.
And 4 ETs. That'll be on sale soon.
Sweet.
So holler at me if you need Atari stuff. But go to Vault, check them out. Good guys, check them out on Facebook.
Yeah, help them out because they were a big help for Good Old Game Fest, and that's something we're working towards. Good Old Game Fest.
Support your mom and pop store.
Yep.
Fuck going to the chain store. Go to your mom and pop local store.
Yep.
It's the best way to do it. If you don't go to your mom and pop stores, eventually there won't be a mom and pop store. That's the unfortunate downside of it. So go check them out.
You can put something in our hands?
I've got something to put in our hands.
Sweet.
I'm gonna play a little background music here. Let me turn it down so I can. Yes.
It's my jam, son.
I'm talking about a Game Boy classic that I picked up for a mere 50 cents this week. We're talking about RoboCop for the Game Boy.
Nice.
It's a very short and sweet game. You literally can do a playthrough.
I know something that's short and sweet.
Mm-hmm. Your little fun guy in your britches. There's I
was thinking about a movie, but yeah, I guess you're right too.
What movie were you thinking about?
Shit. The name eludes me.
He had the joke halfway worked out.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, you blew it.
Did not expect him to call his bluff there.
Tough shit. I know we've talked about
Kung Fury. There it is.
Nice. Oh my god, such a quality.
Short and sweet.
Nice. We've talked about RoboCop before. The Game Boy version isn't much different than the arcade or NES version. Starts out as a side-scrolling shoot 'em up. You walk down the street shooting people at ground level that throw grenades, a few with chainsaws. Most of them run and shoot at you. You can shoot diagonally upwards and shoot people in the window. You work your way down through Old Detroit in the first couple levels. It follows a lot with the movie, which is amazing. But you work your way down Old Detroit, and then on the second level, you work your way down some more of Old Detroit, and
I like that RoboCop Detroit and current Detroit aren't too different now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's actually happening now. If they just had a fucking company conglomerate called OCP now, it'd be complete. But the second levels were, you know, on the first arcade RoboCop where the motorcycle riders come at you and you punch them and the wheels just fly off the screen and they explode. That happens in the second level. Once you beat the second level, it goes to a first-person scene. You remember in the first RoboCop movie where he shoots the guy in the dick that's holding the woman? He shoots through the woman's dress and shoots the guy in the cock. You have to do that.
Oh, nice.
It'll be like, shoot the crook. You don't have to shoot him in the dick, but you can. I purposely shot him in the dick.
Bonus cock shot.
I wish, but you kill him, then you end up in OCP headquarters. you're going to get an arrest warrant. You get your warrant. You go to find Clarence Boddicker, which is, everybody knows, Red from that 70s show. You go to the drug lab and shoot all the druggy cooks and all that shit.
Just another Wednesday for me.
Yep. You arrest Clarence Boddicker, and then you go to arrest Dick Jones. And Dick Jones sicks Ed 209 on you in one of the first boss fights. You destroy Ed 209 by ducking, because he shoots just right above your head if you stand right next to him and duck, and then just stand up and punch him.
Curses, ducking, my only weakness.
You pretty much do that. You have to escape OCP then, because Dick Jones and them convinced that you've gone rogue kind of deal, just like in the movie. And you go to the scrapyard where the final 2 levels take place, and before you start those levels, you have to recalibrate RoboCop's aim, just like in the movie. Oh, there's one minigame I passed, I'm sorry. There's also a criminal identification minigame that takes place in between that, before you go to meet Dick Jones, where it gives you a face, and you have to match a face up with it. And you do that, though. You go to get Dick Jones, he sticks another Ed 209 on you, after you recalibrate your aim and fight your way out of the scrapyard. You beat that Ed 209, and then the final scene is you wait on the old man to tell Dick Jones he's fired. And when he says you're fired, you can take the final shot at him, and you shoot the dude, and he falls out of the window.
Yes.
It's very movie accurate, and it's actually really fucking fun for a Game Boy game. I'm glad I found it for 50 cents. And
I'm glad you put it in our hands.
It's a cheap game. It's really cheap, and it's one that needs to be in your hands. So check out RoboCop. It's made by Ocean Entertainment. Rest in peace. And it's on the Game Boy, and that is what's in your hands this week.
No, you talking about shooting people in the dick reminds me of playing Dungeons & Dragons with Steve Steverson.
Many dicks were shot at.
Yep.
Many dicks.
Mainly just a few dicks that were shot at a lot of times.
A lot of dicks
and
were
that
laid
mummy
to ruin.
Did not go down. But the GM got very angry, and that made the entire experience 100 times better.
Oh, yeah. Easily angered GMs are the best.
That guy was angered, and he just sped off in this big jacked up truck.
He's probably hauling FPGA chips to Mike Kennedy.
He's like, I gotta get there. We got a
NPC.
long way to go.
He calls Mike on the side of the road. I can't get there. I slung a rod. And Mike's like, throw an FPGA chip in there.
They power everything. I hear God's made out of FPGA chips.
He is.
Well,
just don't take him out of the glass case.
We're gonna talk about what? Well, we're just talking random shit. Actually, random games,
random goddamn shit.
We're playing some random games this week.
Yep, that's been the theme lately. Hopefully,
kick it off, Brando.
I'll kick it off. I've been busy getting brain cancer. I dusted off the old Virtual Boy.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
And I played a couple games.
I need to let you borrow my copy of Mario Clash.
You did. That's one of them.
Oh, you still have it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was going to say, is I don't know where in the fuck it's at.
It's at my house.
Good. I'm glad.
That's the first one I'm going to talk about. There's not a whole lot to talk about from Mario Clash because it's simple and good.
It's pretty much a remake of the original Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Almost.
It's, obviously it's using 3D because it's the Virtual Boy. It's got to be in 3D. Because no one would get brain cancer for just a regular 2D game. But the 3D uses is really good. Even like the opening intro video, there's some stars in the background. They look really 3D. They really nailed the layering of the 3D. Nothing really stands out wrong. And the basis of Mario Clash is you're in a really it's set up in stages, and the goal is to kill the enemies with spiked shells. And the stages are really simple. They're just some platforms with pipes that warp you in between, like the front platform and the rear platform, or the up and down platforms. As you progress through the stages, they get more complex. And there's also a couple of floating platforms that you can stand on, and they're used for more like kind of staging yourself up to jump over enemies or dodge fireballs or something. The main way you kill the enemies in this game is you jump on the turtles without spikes, and you throw their shells at turtles with spikes. And starting off, you get the simple turtles with one spike, and those are easy as shit to kill. You can just hit them from the side with a shell, and they die. But the ones with 3 spikes, they look more like the classic spiked shell enemies. You can't just hit them with a shell on running perpendicular to your view. I guess that would be the best way to put it. Running side to side. If you do that, it bounces off their spikes. So you've got to go. You got to use the 3D element and go. If the spiked turtle's on the front platform, you got to go to the rear platform and look forwards towards yourself.
Did that take you a minute to figure that out?
It did.
That took me a while to figure out on that game initially.
Once I figured out that you could do that, like, the game got way easier because I wasn't dicking around trying to kill these invincible enemies. But yeah, it's that's pretty much it. It's a really good mix of puzzle solving and platforming. The other game I was going to talk about in a little more length is Teleroboxer.
I love that game.
Yeah, if you've ever sat down and played Punch-Out on the NES and thought, man, this game would be so much better with robots and brain cancer, this is the perfect game for you. I've thought that many times. Like, I took down Mike Tyson, but, you know, what's the point with that brain cancer, you know? So, so I'm still kind of woozy from playing it today, but it's got a really neat setup. If anyone hasn't seen the Virtual Boy controller, it's got 2 D-pads on the left and right, and then it's got A, B, an LR button on the back of the controllers, and start and select. Most of the game is played, well, practically all the game's played with the 2 D-pads and the L and R buttons on the back. The 2 D-pads control, like, your positioning of your fists. Like, if they're neutral, you're not pressing anything on the D-pads, but you could use your right D-pad to raise your right fist, lower it, or dodge to the side. You can also dodge and duck and stuff.
Dip, dodge, duck, dive.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. I love that movie.
Indeed.
So, and then your L and R buttons are your left and right punches. And the game is easy to start playing, but it's really hard to master. This is Punch-Out turned up to 11. It's super fucking hard. Like, I could damn near beat the original Punch-Out blindfolded. This one, no. It's just way faster, harder to predict, because it's also in a first-person view. The only thing you see of your character are your 2 robotic fists. And I guess I never explained that. It's 2 robots fighting each other. You just go through a series of goofy robots. All the different enemies, they're like in Punch-Out. They got different quirky attacks and patterns and stuff, to downright almost cheating. One of them, Bombcun, he is as the name kind of implies, a bomb. He has a giant counter on his stomach. I keep getting that popping.
Yeah, I just heard it just then.
Did you say bomb cum?
Bombcun or cum? I'm not sure.
I think it's my arm on the table.
That's strange.
Well, I like bomb cum.
Yeah.
It's an explosive climax. So, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what he does. He has a countdown of like 50 seconds to count down on his belly in active time. And you gotta kill him before then, or he Al-Qaeda's himself, and you die.
Nice.
It's a delightful verb.
He goes full 9/11 inside
It
job on
signifies full-on death.
He goes all 9/11. 7-Eleven was an inside job.
Robots can't melt steel beams.
Nope. But yeah, they like another one that took me a while to beat. I don't recall his name, but he has like a Chinese looking hat on him. Like the ones that they wear in the rice fields. I don't know what the name of that is. Do you know?
Yeah, I know exactly.
Similar to Raiden's hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the little pyramid hat thing.
Yeah, he has one of those, but like he turns it into a big ass drill and drills your face with it. So
effective use.
Yeah, it's kind of cheating. All you can do is punch.
Apparently, it's called a Chinese hat.
A bamboo coolie hat.
Okay, it's that thing.
Asian conical hat.
Except made out of metal, it is also a drill. And And the thing is, it comes at you up high, so you gotta like hold your double block up high, and as soon as it stops, he comes swinging at you with special attacks down low. So it's quite a cock to get both of those in rapid succession. You have special moves of your own. They're not that great though. Only on a few bosses was I ever able to use them. They're all called machine gun punches of different kinds. Depending on how you pull them off, you basically hold your fists in one direction for a couple seconds, and your fists glow, and then you can press both your left and right punch buttons, and you release like a volley of machine gun blows. And most bosses, like, they block one of them or dodge or something, so I'm like, what's the damn point? I got way further just doing the 5Ds, the dip, duck, dodge, whatever. And I just countering all their attacks and just pecking at them. The only fighter I used the machine gun punches on was the bomb guy, because there's a time at the end where he raises his arms when he's got 10 seconds left, and you just go complete Super Saiyan on him, just unleash everything you can, because if you don't, he's going to explode and you die. There's also a bunch of varying punches you can throw besides the special attacks. There's hooks, there's uppercuts, there's just side blows. It's really hard to. They're easy to do, but it's hard to do them quickly during combat. This thing really needs a practice mode on it to master that kind of thing, or you can just sit there and die over and over trying to learn the game. And that's something else. The game keeps up with your wins and losses, so you can be like, yeah, I beat the game, but I've got 500 losses.
Yeah.
But it does one thing that's kind of neat and unique for its time. Once you beat the game, you can continue playing, but you defend your title against random enemies.
That's cool.
And those enemies come at you in what's called their panic mode, which is like they use all their special abilities. And you just keep doing that until you lose. And once you lose, your data slot is retired. You can't play it again. You have to erase it.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
being that it's a simple game, it's not that big of a deal to erase your data. It's not like The Legend of Zelda where
you're not losing a 40 to 50 hour plus.
You just got to play through the 6 or 8. I don't recall how many robots there were. There's 6 or 8 robots. You'd play through them again. And obviously, if you've defended your title for a while, you're capable of doing it again. But yeah, that's Teleroboxer is one of the best, if not the best, virtual board game in my opinion. I still got to get my hands on the Wario Land one. That one's supposed to be pretty
Wario
good.
Land's are really good.
I got Red Alarm on there, and it's pretty good, but it's not like amazing.
I had Teleroboxer, Red Alarm, Mario Tennis, Mario Panic, and
I need to pick up Tennis too. It's cheap because that was the package.
Man, if you find Panic Bomberman for it,
is it good?
It's a puzzle game.
It's
like it's kind of like Puyo Puyo. Is that the name of it?
I'm not sure.
It's Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. It plays a lot like that.
Nice.
It's a lot like that. You got little jellies but it's little jellies and bombs and shit.
Okay. Well, do you want to talk? Steve, you want to?
Steve, tell what you been playing, man.
Monster Rancher Battle Card GB.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of want to do a segment where I talk about games that aren't fucking Pokemon, but really wish they could be, and it's going to be called Gotta Rip 'Em Off. Anyway, if you've never heard of Monster Rancher, it's kind of like Pokemon because there's like colorful monsters and shit, but they can all talk and they have human emotions, and one of them is a hot succubus bitch lady. So.
Monster Rancher was actually first. I mean, it was around the same time, wasn't it?
What? Well, fuck them. They're not Pokemon.
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Monster Rancher the PlayStation game where you could put the random CDs in, and it would spawn a monster based on what you put in? I'm pretty sure that came out around the same time Pokemon did.
I mean, it may have. I just remember when I was a kid, Pokemon was really huge, and then there was this anime called Monster Rancher, and it was weird. I was like, this is totally Pokemon. It's whatever. Anyway, you play this game, and they give you a personality quiz, and one of the questions is, do you like spicy curry? And
yes.
Yes, okay. And I didn't know what the fuck that was, so I just pushed yes a bunch of times. And if you do that, they give you the dumbass team. It's like really super powerful, so you feel awesome playing the game.
This guy didn't read anything, so we're going to make it easy on him.
And you have 3 teams. The power team, which is the rock guy, the hot bitch, and who else is on that team? I don't care. And then you have the miracle team, which is...
Do they have Jesus?
One of them's called Galley, and I remember an episode of the show where he was like the devil and killed all of them. So that's cool. You have the eyeball monster that sticks his tongue out, and then with every Pokemon clone, you have the Pikachu, and this one's Pikachu is called Mochi. And I think Mochi is like a Japanese food, isn't it? And it's just like a walking whatever that is. Anyway, you go through dungeons, and you do this card battle system, which is kind of like the Pokemon trading card game, but it integrates like mana, where instead of having like an energy card or like a land or something, you just have to get rid of your other cards, and it's called Guts. And you just do that.
It sounds not as good.
It's not. It's irritating as fuck. Because you'll have a card that'll cost like 5 Guts, so you have to basically get rid of your whole hand to play it. And you'll play it, and one of the things that the game has are like defense cards, where you can spend like 1 mana to completely dodge whatever the fuck is happening. So I'll play like my whole hand and be like, Mega Death Blast! And Hot Bitch would be like, nope, and just step to the side, and I'll throw my Game Boy. And that
was it the original brick Game Boy though?
No, I think it was Game Boy Color.
Oh, I was gonna say, if you had the brick, then like your Game Boy's fine, but whatever you throw at, it's gonna fucking die.
Yeah, it just disintegrates underneath.
You throw it in anger, and you look over, and you like killed your best friend. He's got a Game Boy lodged in his cranium.
The occasional blood spurt. Just.
I mean, as long as you can save the game after, you can get new friends.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
that's one thing about them old
friendships replaceable, but save games.
Come on now,
you
can't overwrite those.
Yeah, it's one thing about them old Nintendo consoles. They were fucking durable. Fucking N64. I'm pretty sure you could run over that thing and it'd work better.
I could speak on this actually real quickly. And I told him I was going to talk about it, so no hard feelings. But Nathan Earl, one of my good buddies, I about fucking murdered him tonight.
Cool, I did too, but for unrelated reasons.
Oh.
I just like murdering people.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't blame you.
I realized he was your friend, and I was like, I guess I'll pass.
We were playing Donkey Kong in television earlier, and he got killed and decided he would throw a small temper tantrum and throw the fucking controller. And being tethered to the console with a wound like old school phone cord, it bungeed out of his hands into the console and fucked it up for about 2 hours.
So he's dead now, right? He can't hurt you anymore.
We will no longer speak of him.
Show me on the Mario doll where he touched you.
I have a similar story about indestructible consoles. When I was like 9, I dropped my Game Boy Color in a toilet at the mall. And
oh, God damn.
I digged that piece of shit out of there, and then I got the Game Boy. Anyway, so the Game Boy still worked, but didn't have color. And I played Pokemon Silver with no color, and it still worked. It was really cool. And my dad bought me another Game Boy, which was awesome, so I could trade with myself and not have to get friends.
Nice.
It was
friends.
Pretty great.
Nice.
On the computer side of that, me and my friend Jonathan, this is pretty old school. Like a 1 gigabyte hard drive was fairly sizable. We had a 1 gigabyte. I can't remember the company. It was called a Quantum Bigfoot, though. That was the model. Maybe Quantum was the company. I don't recall. This fucking thing weighed like 5 pounds. And I swear, once it got outdated, because, like 50 gigabyte hard drives, 100 gigabyte hard drives started coming about fairly cheap. So 1 gigabyte became not shit eventually a few years after we got that thing. We ran over it in his car. Still worked. It was fucking hoss.
Nice.
I think it damaged his wheels.
Don't take me near that hard drive again, please, please.
That thing will fuck me up.
I think if where it's brick Game Boy and a Nokia cell phone were to like engage in a conflict, the entire world would be destroyed.
I was fixing to say it'd probably be end all be all at that point.
It'd just be those two guys fighting.
Yeah, you throw the brick Game Boy and the phone at each other, and it's just like a shockwave comes off, like when Neo and Smith punch each other in the Matrix.
It's like the Juggernaut and Colossus.
Yeah.
Guys, I hate to do this.
What's up?
I've got to urinate.
Oh my God, me too.
Why don't you urinate?
Oh.
Mind blown. And we're back.
I have one more thing about this game that I want to say.
Say it.
I was looking at a FAQ earlier, and you can enter passwords to get stuff, and that doesn't matter. But one of the passwords was Pokey Dead, because they thought this game was going to be the one to bring down Pokemon. Idiots.
Really?
I thought it was really cool, actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were right. Pokemon pretty much sucks shit now, doesn't it?
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that, and I'm just going to not hack you to pieces, so it's whatever.
You know how when they tell Ron Burgundy he has bad hair, and it's just... That's what just happened. That just happened.
You know what's going to take down Pokemon is Yokai Watch.
I actually really want to play that game because it looks enough like Pokemon, so you guys should buy it for me, and I'll tell you if it's a ripoff on my next segment. So.
Okay. No, fuck that game. Fuck that show. It looks dumb.
I mean, it's for kids.
Yeah, but...
and kids nowadays are fucking stupid. Not all of them, but a good majority of them.
Kids are always dumb.
For Rizzo.
Oh, yeah.
Have you watched anything about it?
I've seen that it's about, like, kids with watches and, like, stupid monsters come out of them.
I thought it was about spirits and stuff.
It has something to do with the damn watches and, like, shit coming out of them and they, like,
Doesn't
fight or
yokai
something.
mean something to do with, like, oogity boogity stuff?
I have no clue.
Oh, well, whatever. I still want it. I also want a Shaman King game. Oh.
What's that?
Shaman King! To be Shaman King. It was this anime that came out a long time ago about these people who, like, harvested the souls of ancient warriors. And they would go around and be like, my ancient warrior can beat the shit out of your ancient warrior. And then that was the show.
That's cool.
Yeah. And they made a game where you could, like, harvest the spirits of, like, the lady that died in the trash can and, like, the pervert on 7th Street and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
I still want a Pokemon game, and, like, pretty sure me and Lyle came up with this when we were in middle school. I don't remember what the fuck we called it, but it's just like a Pokemon game, except he had all kinds of badass shit, like fucking tanks and, you know, just serial killers and just all kinds of shit.
Yes. Pokemon.
Yeah. You know, make your Michael Myers fight A1 Abrams, you know?
You remember the unruly children gotta spank them all?
Yeah. Yeah, they're in the Pokemon days at Buxamillion.
Yeah, some parent was in there while getting coffee while we were all playing Pokemon the trading card game, and I just remember them being like a bunch of unruly children. And me and Brady were sitting there, and I was like, "Unruly children, gotta spank them all." we cackled pretty good over that.
I bought a book from a thrift store called "Buying and Selling the Souls of Children: An Insider's Guide to Pokemon." And it was the Jesus telling you about how evil Pokemon was.
I got a really good double VHS documentary about unofficial guide to Pokemon the trading card game. We need to sit down and watch it. It has a bunch of celebrity kids in Hollywood competing in Pokemon tournaments. That's Miko Hughes, the kid that played the little boy in the Pet Sematary movie. My dog is about to drive me crazy. And, he's in a bunch of horror movies.
They make a Pokeball for that.
He heard Pet Sematary and was like, whoa.
Yeah. Recognize, motherfucker. But, anyways, yeah. Never mind.
They made a lot of those.
Side tangent.
Pokemon tapes to teach you how to be the very best.
Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters is in it as well. He's like, I brought my nephew here. And it's great, man. They're like, what is Pokemon? It's like, it shows these little nerdy kids. He's like, I just spent all summer and got the complete Japanese basic set one. It pulls his asthma. But hey, I can't say nothing. I mean, I had all my badges and shit back in the day.
I was
going to Buxamillion every weekend. Brandon, dude, me and Brandon made a magazine one time. We just, drew pictures, and Brandon had this I remember your review section was the Pokemon review missile.
Yeah.
And then the recipe for the Armageddon deck.
Yeah.
That Armageddon deck wrecked fucking havoc on people.
It was awesome.
Good times.
Yeah. Beat a grown man who spent like almost all of his graduation money on Pokemon cards. It was sweet.
Fuck that guy.
He's all like, I'm better than y'all. Play Magic.
Dude,
and
I've
got like 3 of every fucking card ever made. And I was like, okay, I'll play you.
I had a complete basic set and jungle set and a bunch of other ones. It had all the holograms. I sold everything in a binder. I even had like the ancient Mewtwo from the movie and all that shit. Sold the binder and everything for like $250. And when the kid that bought it from me,
you got ripped off.
Yeah.
Well, at the time, it might not have been that
bad.
bad.
They weren't that worth that much then when I got rid of them.
Charizard's worth like $80 bajillion right now.
I had 4. I know that.
I had 2.
I think a first edition Charizard's worth like, I don't know, $1,000 or something.
I don't know. They're not worth that much.
Maybe Charizard's pretty good.
I think they were worth like 80.
I still have some Pokemon
Back in the day,
cards.
they were
I have a
worth
bunch of...
I don't think so.
Steve, do you play Yu-Gi-Oh?
I have played Yu-Gi-Man.
I have a bunch of Yu-Gi-Man that I need to get rid of because I've never played it.
If you take them
it's crappy.
to Valhalla, the nerds will like salivate over it.
I could probably sell that for money, do you think?
Do you have a mystical elf? I'll fucking blow you for a mystical elf.
I don't know what I have because I've never played the game. I just got 2 big tins full of cards that was given to me.
It's from the first set, and I want it real hard.
I got some Magic cards and some Pokemon cards out of a deal. And
you're in the Yu-Gi-Mans now?
No, it's my favorite card when I was a kid.
Okay.
I played, last week I played a game, I got my ass stomped because the dude was like XYZ Alpha Beta Death Summon or whatever. I don't know the rules anymore.
There's not many. You just do stuff. I'm like,
That's like, I looked at Walmart at getting some of the new Pokemon cards. Man, it is so fucking different now.
Oh yeah, Pokemon.
It's not really. It's bullshit.
It's like Pokemon EX or some shit now. Or
that's one thing about the Pokemon games. I know you're gonna string me up for this, but I don't like all the new bullshit, all the mega evolutions and this and that, and hidden stats and. There's so many fucking Pokemans now. I'm like, they're kind of losing what made them special.
The simplicity of the original was one of the key points, too.
Yeah, it was
it was simple, but it was complex
simple,
at the same time.
Easy to play, hard to master.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, the face value of all the shit that's in Pokemon is just kind of overwhelming at this point.
There are entire communities devoted to like invisible numbers you can never see.
Yeah, I fucking hate that.
I mean, you can play the game completely without ever worrying about it.
Yeah, but like I like to play the game, and then I like to fight other people, and then that's when that matters.
Yeah. Like Austin has, I think there's like 16 different natures, something like that. He has 16 different Dittos.
Sweet.
Just for that. He's got his shit handled. He goes on Reddit and learns about this shit. He also has nearly every Pokemon in our Pokebank, so we're kind of cool. It's whatever.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's... Moving on. What's you talking about tonight, Lyle?
Well, anybody that knows me knows my Fallout 4 character's name is Cuckle Grimwallace. And...
Hey, we made the term cuck and cuckold quite popular on the internet, I hear.
Good.
It's just, I don't know, for some reason...
We're trending.
Yeah, for some reason that's taken off. I mean, we've really set off the cuckold scene.
I'm glad. Are saying it.
Yeah. They're using it along words like fam and whatever fucking RN
we said cuckold first.
Yeah, we did. We started that.
So
we were
before it was cool.
We were the original old lady fuckers.
It's too mainstream now.
Yeah, it's not fun anymore. Anyways, Cuckold Grimwallace.
What is it when he fuck a wife's husband? Is that cockled?
Some cockling is going on.
We're going to get into cockleding.
Cockleding starts next.
We got to be ahead of the curve.
The cockleding will be a part of the scooting part 2 that's coming soon.
Yeah.
There's the first tease for it. Anywho, Cuckold Grimwallace left the world of Fallout 4 and joined the world of The Sims 2 this past week.
I bet that was lovely.
All he has been doing, he has a really nice job.
Doing what?
He is a vice president of a company that sells toys.
What kind of toys?
Fun.
The cuckolding toys?
Fun cuckold butthole toys. There's not much to say about what I've done.
The husband and horror action pack with cuckolding action.
I knocked a lady up and had a kid, and I didn't make the kid do his homework and shit, so he's off in boarding school.
Nice.
And as of earlier today, I got bored with my wife, and I left her and bought a bigger house. And
now, what was he doing in the game, though?
Oh yeah, that's right. You just got me in trouble. No.
We all dream.
That's about it. I'm waiting on him to die. He's an elder now, and one on Sims 2 you get like life aspiration gifts. You get so many aspiration points, and you get these items that you can only unlock through your inventory. And one of them is a Fountain of Youth, but it has adverse effects if you drink it at the wrong time. Like, I had 3 days left to become an elder, and I drank it, and it's like, it shortened my lifespan. It turned him old instantly. And I drank it again, and it was just saying it feels like death is near. So I've just been kind of making him go to work and wash the dishes, and I'm just kind of waiting on him to kick over.
No, I've played all the Sims, but I don't recall them a whole lot because I never played them a whole lot. I know The Sims 1, like, everything fucking went wrong every 5 seconds. If you got the $5 microwave, shit's gonna fucking explode. You should have got the $10 microwave. Is it like that in Sims 2?
Is a lot more balanced. It's a lot more. I mean, shit breaks and all, but once you fix it, it's pretty easy.
And you can just go over there with like a hammer and a book,
or you can pick the phone up and call the repairman. Either one.
Yeah.
I'd like to get The Sims 3. I used to have it. I have The Sims 2, which is what I've been playing. And for the fucking life of me, I've got 2 expansions I bought at the thrift store, and neither one of them had the registration keys with them.
Yeah, never do that.
I cannot get them to install. But I found other keys online, and it accepts the key, but it'll get to like a certain percentage and just stop. So I don't know. I thought about maybe trying to download like those 2 expansions and just mount the ISO.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to try to do. Because I really want to play the university expansion where you can go to college and shit.
You can do the drugs.
Yeah.
You can take the marijuana.
I'm going to make my fucking student the worst student imaginable. Like, class, fuck that. I'm going to play pinball and fuck bitches. School, fuck that. I'm snorting my food money.
He's going to reenact Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, like Ferris Bueller's Day Off mixed with Train Spotting. A little bit of...
Okay.
We're going to leave the infant in the crib for like 15 days and let it turn black and dry up.
That sounds lovely.
We're just junkies like that in The Sims.
Does that happen in that movie?
Hell yeah, it does.
That's fucked.
Never seen Train Spotting?
No.
God, it's a great movie.
Is it on the Netflixing?
Yes, I think it is.
I need to watch it now.
It's a movie about heroin junkies in Ireland. It's made by Danny Boyle, the same guy who did like 28 Days Later and Slumdog Millionaire and all that.
I just want to watch it for the dead baby. I love dead babies.
Dude, it's fucking rough because they all go on a heroin bender, and they all do heroin at this guy named Mother Superior's house. And there's a fucking crib in there, and at the beginning of the movie, you see the baby, they're playing with the baby, and they're all shooting up, talking about, oh, it's better than fucking the mates back at the pad and shit. And they're sitting there, and he's just talking about Ewan McGregor's the main guy in the movie, and he's talking about how when you go on like heroin benders and shit, like days pass and you don't know how long's went, and he wakes up out of a heroin coma and this girl's screaming and shit, and they're all freaking out, and they walk over to the crib, and it's just like a fucking painfully slow like creeping in shot, and that baby's just laying there like dead and black and shit, just like looks like a piece of fucking beef jerky, because like
shit.
They haven't, and like it's like an iconic scene out of the movie, but it fucks with Ewan McGregor later on because he's going with withdrawals and starts freaking out, and he has this hallucination that the baby, like, he looks up and it's playing like this shitty like 90s techno music real loud, and the baby's like crawling on the ceiling upside down, and he's like looking at it, and the baby's head just spins all the way around looking at him, and he just starts screaming and crying and shit.
That's that scene in Family Guy.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's like an iconic scene. They parodied it and a bunch of stuff.
Huh. That's awesome.
It's a great movie though. It's actually pretty funny. It's got a really like a bunch of real dark.
Reminds me of another great baby death scene in God Bless America.
I watched that the other night.
Is that the one where the dude kills all the reality star people?
Yes.
That was wonderful.
Bobcat Goldthwait's movie.
The whole movie is just my wet dream. I would love to do that.
That was a really good film.
Don't arrest me, CIA. This is a joke.
It's a joke.
Not really.
As real as it gets, son.
But yeah, for those who haven't seen it, I really suggest it. Is it still on Netflix? Do you know?
It is. It is. We watched
one
it.
Of the opening scene. It shows a guy. The main character is getting pissed off at his neighbors being all loud and shit while he's trying to sleep. He goes over there.
They have a baby that cries and screams constantly.
Yeah, he kicks in the door with a shotgun. I think he shoots the dad, and the woman starts screaming. She's holding up the baby to like kind of as a shield.
She throws
the baby up in the air. So he treats it like shooting clay pigeons.
He skeets this kid out of the fucking air.
Yeah, just fires it out of the air.
And it's just playing like the most beautiful, like peaceful music.
He's got such a satisfying grin on him. It's amazing.
It's got so many funny parts.
Then the last best baby death scene. We're going to make this a segment. Best baby death scenes in movies. Revenge.
Oh my god!
It's a short, like 15-minute trailer/movie. But yeah, it's about Christmas trees that come back to take revenge. And earlier in the movie, you see like the lumberjacks like killing the baby trees and kicking them and shit. So to take revenge,
I should have stayed in fucking school.
Yeah. So to take revenge, like once the trees have started like just killing everyone in town, this woman falls and drops her baby, and this tree hops over to it, kind of looks down, and it
just squishes the shit.
Yeah,
out of this
like
baby.
Gallagher style, squishes its head. It's amazing.
Toxic Avenger has a pretty good baby death scene too.
Yeah,
it's similar to the Trevenge death. It's just Gallagher style. That's terrible, but I mean,
I don't know. This is gonna be a new segment though. We're gonna do this sometime.
A baby death segment.
Baby death of the week.
Remember, the Good Old Gamers podcast loves to sponsor Infanticide. Remember,
today's podcast brought to you by Planned Parenthood.
The cutest baby is a blue baby. That's terrible. We should probably cut that out.
Shit just got
we were talking about the fucking Sims.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Hannigan's clothes hangers. They get up there where the other ones won't reach.
Remind me after this. There's an old video that used to be on Newgrounds we need to watch about a clothes hanger. It's like, it's great.
So yeah, we were talking about video games,
Sims,
right?
On the Sims, did you ever kill any of your Sims? Since
that's all I ever did. That's the only reason I played the game.
One of my favorite things to do on the first Sims was the Live and Large expansion pack brought the firework out, and it also brought hay bales that you could sit on. You get them all in a big room and fill the room up with hay bales and one firework, and you just go to build mode and delete the door. And have the little kid light the firework. It just causes the whole fucking building to go up and blaze, like, just instantly.
I would always do things like build a wall around one of the characters. Like, if one of the neighbors come visit, I would build a wall around them, like, and close them in, then put it in fast forward, watch them just sit there and piss and shit in the floor and then die on their own feces.
Then you could sell their fucking urn for, like, 5 simoleons.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
I do love the Sims.
I think it was Sims 2 that some of the expansions, they had like the Men in Black would come in and fuck with you, and the fucking clowns. Do you remember the clowns?
Yeah, there's the clowns.
You could not kill the clowns.
There's a rabbit too, like if you get real depressed that shows up, that'll try to cheer you up and shit.
I was so happy this clown came into my house, and I was like, I want to kill this fucking clown. I put a wall around it, put it in fast forward. The motherfucker takes a hole out of his pocket, puts it on the ground and hops in it and comes out a hole on the other side of the wall. I'm like, God damn it, nothing I could do could kill that fucking clown.
Will Wright was personally like, we're going to make an indestructible clown just to piss people off when they get this.
That pissed me off. Like, I'm not one of them people that's scared of clowns. I'm pissed off at clowns. I'm going to kill one day. I never got to enact that fantasy. We got a storm pit now. I'm going to pile one up.
Fuck. Lots of death.
That's how a horror movie franchise is going to start, right?
Hell yeah, it is.
Good Old Gamers presents Clown Torture 101.
Clown aside.
Who's laughing now?
Yes.
That'd be the perfect tagline.
Oh, shit. So, video games and stuff.
It's much more fun to talk about killing people.
I know it.
Have y'all played, like, have y'all played The Sims 4 by any chance or seen anything about it?
I don't know if that's the one we got or not. When did it come out?
Last year, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's not the one we got. Jamie,
It's new.
Jamie plays them from time to time. I guess it's 3 and some expansions that she has. I know The Sims is like the most selling franchise on a PC.
2014 is when Sims 4 came out.
We don't have Sims 4, I don't think. Well, I think we got 3 and a lot of expansions on PC. But yeah, the Sims, that's like, I don't know if it still is, but it was the biggest. I think it was the first thing to knock out
sold
Myst.
1 million copies in its first 10 days, a record at the time. 100 million copies of the Sims series has been sold.
Yeah, it's very successful.
13 million over all platforms.
And that's just The Sims 2, right?
Yeah, that's just The Sims 2. But it says Sims 2 is considered one of the best-selling PC games of all time.
Yeah.
I've always liked the Sims games, though. I'm a big fan of, like, Sim City.
Yeah. That's what drew me to it, just because of Sim City. It was like, oh, that's a Sim game. I like it. So I liked Sim Earth, Sim Ant. Sim Ant, gotta love Sim Ant.
Sim Ant was great, man. It's a shame they only done one of those.
Yeah.
Mark Mothersbaugh does the music for the Sims games. That's a fun little...
I have no clue who that is.
He was in Devo, and he also he does a bunch of Nickelodeon music.
He did Rugrats.
Is he on Yo Gabba Gabba?
I don't know.
Oh, my kids watch that, and he's one of the guys from Devo and does music and stuff. So
it's probably the same guy, though. Unless they're just, I don't know.
Maybe there's more to
Gabba.
I killed most of the Devo people.
Yeah.
Whip it. Whip it good. The song is not about jacking it.
I do not see his name.
Okay, then it's another guy from that.
Strange.
DJ Lance Rock?
No, that's just one of the main characters.
Ooh, I know who that guy is. Orange Suits of Nightmares.
We went and saw that live one year. It was one of Serrano's Christmas presents.
Yeah, it is. He is in some of them.
Okay. He plays like an artist in most of them.
Yeah, drawing simple pictures that often come alive at the end of each segment.
Often. They always do. Wikipedia, get your shit straight. Watch some Yo Gabba motherfucking Gabba.
Wicca failure.
Yeah, I'm going to edit that.
Facebook now is nothing but pictures of half-naked women.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's what it needs to be.
It's
all right,
okay.
So it's time to get hot and steamy.
Speaking of half-naked women,
let's get some hot and steamy in here.
Biggest queef you ever did.
Yes, I love me some queefs.
Queen LaQuifa.
Tonight's hot and steamy. I've talked about it a couple times. I never really in depth or anything. Tonight's hot and steamy is The Park, and it's one that I mentioned is coming to Xbox One soon.
Yeah,
and I think PS4. I'm not sure. It's by Funcom, and it's a offshoot from their Secret World MMO. It's set in the same world and stuff, but it's a psychological horror set in a first person's perspective where you play as Lorraine. And she's you don't know it at first, but you find out she's a deeply disturbed mother, and you're going through this haunted. It's either haunted or okay. The game is set up to where you don't know if this place is haunted or she's just fucked. But if you know anything about the world, it's both. It's haunted and she's fucked. So the worst of all worlds. But you play as Lorraine, and you're finding her son in this park. You start the game, and I think you're driving the car with her son in there, and he's like, "Oh, I left my teddy bear back at the amusement park." So you turn around and go get it, and you go up to the ticket gate, and he just runs off into the amusement park like unruly children do. So you go off in search of your son, Callum. And this game is more of an interactive movie than a game. There's no combat I don't think there's any way to die, which to me kind of detracted from the horror aspect. Once I figured out I can't die, I'm like, eh. But if you view it as a movie, it's not that bad. The game's filled with all kinds of literature to develop the story and the characters and the setting. Some of it, like in the very late game, you come across like letters from Lorraine's families that they've wrote to her, like unpaid power bills and shit. You can tell she's really going through a real tough time. And throughout the whole park, though, you find all kinds of like newspaper clippings and stuff from shit that went down in the park, like deaths and all kinds of horrible things. This is somewhat of a spoiler. It's not so much spoiling this game so much as the setting as a whole. But the whole park was created by this like crazy occultist guy to harvest as many souls as possible for this. It's an electronic circuit for souls. Basically, he made an amplifier that amplifies the soul energy into himself, and he becomes the boogeyman, the literal boogeyman. And it's pretty cool in the secret world. You got to like figure out how to break the circuit design of the park, like using real electronics engineering.
Wow.
But anyways, in this game, the park it's got really good voice acting. It'll only take you like 2 hours to beat if you just sit down and play it all. It's one of the few games I could talk Jamie into playing. I don't think she ever beat it though. It doesn't have many jump scares in it. It has a few, and I don't mind a few. It's more like I said, psychological horror. It's just good, dreadful horror. I'm so fucking tired of jump scares in games like fucking Five Nights at Freddy's.
Man.
It is cheap. It's not scaring. It's startling.
I seen a meme the other day. It was like little bitches grew up with this Freddy, and it's like Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's, and it's like real men grew up with this Freddy, and it's Krueger standing there like, yes. Yeah,
a jump scare every now and then in good taste is fine. I like it, but
when you're relying solely on that,
when that's all it is, a jump scare isn't a scare just about the name. It's startling, Oh, congratulations, you startled me. You can startle fucking anything. It's hard to fucking scare a mindless animal. You can startle them,
Yeah.
I just don't like that kind of bullshit, and it's infested so many games now because Five Nights at Freddy's. But yeah, that's really... I don't want to get too much into the game because it's a game that relies on the story so much. If I start talking about it a lot, I'm going to spoil the fuck out of it. But you go through you ride a lot of the different rides in the park, and some spooky ass shit happens. At first I bought this game and I thought, hey, it's a spooky game that I could let my stepson play too because he likes that kind of stuff. But after playing through the game, absolutely not. It's not for kids at all. Do not let your kids play this game. It is, it's a
little too steamy.
Not so much steamy.
Well, yeah.
Unless you consider, killing children and stuff steamy, which I do. It gets really, really deep into the psychological aspects of all the pressures and ways to fail at being a parent, and what that did to her psychologically. So I recommend if that sounds like your cup of tea, check it out. It's pretty hot and steamy.
That's very nice. Well, I guess it's about that time of the show where we get on to our question of the week.
Yeah, and someone's going to win a game.
Somebody is winning the game now. We have markers, so we can finally send your personalized games out.
Yep.
To our other winners. Let's get this pulled up.
This dude named Frank Geef keeps blowing up my phone about his video game, so I can bring it to him or whatever.
Okay, yeah. Well, who is that guy? He sounds familiar.
Sounds like an asshole.
I don't know. I don't even know how he got my phone number.
I don't know who you got our phone number. I guess because we advertise it, that might make sense. But
that could have something to do with it.
The fact we even have a jingle,
We do have a jingle. Let's go ahead and hit that jingle.
Do the jingle while I'm pulling.
If you want to give us a call and answer these questions, that will put you quite ahead in the contest for getting one of these games.
682 a messy ass and no one kills us one. Ooh, 682-777.
Yeah.
I just want to say that I'm reading this computer screen and it says DLC, but from all the way over here it looks like it says dick. So it's like when it's released as dick content. Gaming. Dick content is pretty crappy. So
very nice.
Dicks. I'm trying to load up it too, so you're not the only one having to speak, and my phone is not cooperating.
Well, I'll go ahead and start. This I only got episode 56. Episode or question for tonight's episode. Fucking I messed it up.
Yeah, you did.
The question for tonight's episode was, what video game franchise would you like to see killed off and why? And as the rules with this is, the best reply wins a physical game in the Good Old Gamers Lane game giveaway. We got a couple answers on Facebook. Carrie Lansford said this was her husband's answer, Thomas Wolford. Call of Duty, because DLC is killing gaming. The fact a company is releasing a game that is incomplete and forcing its fans to pay for the rest of the game when it releases DLC content is pretty crappy. They're releasing unfinished, complete garbage. You can rely on this next release like death and taxes.
As well put.
Yeah, that's 100% correct.
Dick is killing gaming.
You can't get dicks off your mind, can you?
Speaking of dicks,
Ricky Foster said Pokemon. With Steve Steverson's power source dried up, the world might be able to claim their mothers, sisters, and girlfriends back from his legendary level 100 wiener.
How true is that, Steve? Is it really level 100?
I mean, the only thing drying up is none of the vaginas. That's all that I know. Fuck that guy.
Nice.
Will you? I mean, that's a legitimate question.
Will I stop having a legendary level 100 wiener?
Will you fuck that guy?
I mean, I could probably squeeze him in somewhere.
Did we have any other responses outside of Facebook?
I had a couple that was on Facebook. Each individual share has it on a different thread. So, if you answer it on some random person's share, we might not see it. So make sure you answer it on the Facebook pages.
Yeah. Come directly to us.
Yep. Just like your cocaine, get it directly from the dealer.
Yep.
Don't fuck around.
Fuck that middleman.
All right.
Straight to the source.
Our buddy David the Bitch Leslie, he says Call of Duty. That seems to be the popular one because it seems to be the same old shit with new skins and a few new maps they use from old games. People want playability, not cookie cutter bullshit like these games are made of. And your cousin Alex Mann, he says, my favorite game ever is Chibi Robo for the Nintendo GameCube. Ever. While I want the franchise to keep going in many ways, I also have to say that the series has strayed so far away from what made the original so great, it wouldn't hurt me too bad to see it either die for a little while or at least get one more shot for a game like the original. No problem in trying to do something new, but it's definitely not working. Really conflicted answer, but it's what came to mind. I haven't really liked a Chibi Robo game since the original, and I hate saying that. Gimmicks ruined it, and if they want to keep doing the series that way, I think it needs to end before my beloved 3-inch tall robot is remembered for the crappy handheld titles and not for the creative dark game he started in.
Well, that's a very well thought out answer.
Yeah. We were just really fishing for dick jokes, Alex, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, no kidding. Thank you. Well, who do you think should win?
I don't know. I'm kind of torn between Alex and the other one about Call of Duty.
Carrie.
Yeah.
Lansford. Me too.
Steve.
Dick is killing gaming, so I think we should choose that one.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Okay. We will do that.
So,
Carrie Lansford or
your husband
Thomas Wolford, you have won a copy of The Lion King, Simba's Mighty Adventure for PlayStation 1.
Collector's Edition.
Collector's Edition.
CIV.
So, me and Brandon will sign it and write you a message on the case. If you would like any personalized message, please be sure to let us know. I'll actually probably send you an email letting you know that you won by the time you get this. So, cool. You win. We do have a game for next week's question. A crispy copy of Tetris for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Nice.
The original Tetris.
I do believe Juice should just go ahead and win this one.
Well, Juice needs to participate.
He doesn't have a Facebook.
He's a salty dick, so he's killing gaming.
He is killing gaming.
You can get what?
What's gonna be our next question of the week? That's a good question in itself. Steve, it's kind of been our tradition to let the guest.
Yeah.
Are you gonna ask it, or are you gonna?
You can ask it right. You can ask it right now.
Okay, as long as I'm mercilessly teased. Okay. Have you guys already asked which franchise you would like to see back?
Oh,
I think in some way we did.
We have a dog freaking out. I think.
Yeah, we did. What old franchise we'd like to see a modern remake of?
Okay. What feature would you like to see added to a popular gaming franchise?
Okay. We'll go with that.
Give us your best answer, and if you like it, or if we like it,
and if you like it,
we'll give you. Yeah, if you like it, we like it. We'll give you a game.
Or give us your worst answer, because those are good too.
Mm-hmm. Dick jokes. We ain't offended by them.
It's killing gaming.
Yeah.
Fucking pillows and dicks.
Brandon's pillow controller, I think, arrived at Vault yesterday.
No. Mm-hmm.
We got a call about it earlier.
No.
So it was very soft.
Now, you might be mistaken for the pillow I used to kill babies.
For those keeping score at home, that's like
you're
the
just
fifth
like
time
suffocating the shit out of a baby
babies.
with a pillow, and like meanwhile it's like hooked up, and you're just racking up high scores. You're like, God damn, this baby's good.
I played Tetris while smothering infants.
It just makes you that much more mad.
Yep. Got the Tetris music playing in the background while I'm going through the orphanage. Like,
oh my god, dude! Maybe it should be like the ending music when the fucking rocket's about to launch.
Yeah.
Could you imagine just going into a room with a child, mad, and a pillow?
No.
Think about it now.
It's not like their parents are going to complain.
Think about it.
No, man, kids are just an expense.
Think about everything you just said.
No, like the orphans, their parents aren't going to complain.
Oh yeah, that makes sense too.
They might grow up to be Batman though.
Well, not if I kill him. I'm preventing Batman.
Oh well, see, there you go. You're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
Gotta think about everything you say. But anywho.
Yeah.
That's
think
it.
That about wraps us up. Oh, we got a call. I haven't even listened to this one yet. They just called in just now.
Oh shit.
Hey, this is Steve Steverson, Der Fuhrer of the Third Pokey-Right, and I've got a question for Steve Steverson. Steve, what advice do you have for the next generation of Pokemon Masters, none of which will ever defeat you?
Well, Steve, I think the only thing that I can offer to the young Steves of America is to give up and go home. I'm going to defeat you, so, I mean, it'll be easier if I don't have to, but rest assured, you're all feeble and useless. So good question, Steve.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
I'm impressed with your time travel abilities.
I mean, I am the Grand Dragon Wizard of the Cool Kids Club of Pokemon, so.
You just gotta be careful who you're telling you're the Grand Wizard to.
Of close with all the same letter.
All day long, I have waited for you to laugh at my joke about being the Fuhrer of the Third Pokemon. And I'm glad you did. That makes the whole thing worth it. All right.
Good.
So, yeah, all you aspiring Pokemasters, best tip for you is give it up.
Fuck off and die.
Pretty much, yeah.
Take that aforementioned pillow we spoke of and suffocate yourself with it.
I mean, he did win the good old Game Fest championship. I mean, that's better than the World's Championship.
And I'm going to win it again this year.
Yeah.
So
it's bigger than Johto or whatever.
Yeah.
That's certainly true.
Yeah. little do most people know that all the world's best Pokemon masters reside in Coleman, and Steve defeated them all.
I never got a set of my 8 original badges that you guys talked about giving out last year, so maybe do that this year.
We mulled that over, but turns out that a trophy is way cheaper.
I mean, okay, fine. I'll pay for them. Just give them to me.
Okay.
And when I win, you can be like, here's your badges,
We
Steve.
can order them for you.
Yep.
All right, good deal, good deal.
We'll do that.
I'm the best, like no one ever was.
All right.
Follow us on Facebook, Good Old Gamers Podcast, at our webpage, goodoldgamers.com.
Yep. Facebook, Good Old Gamers Podcast. Twitter, at Good Old Gamers.
Stitcher.
Yep.
iTunes, reviews.
We like the reviews.
You can give us some, or you don't have to, because nobody's given us any yet, so fucking shame on you.
We got some. Just not recently.
Oh, nice. Well, good. Power to the people that give us reviews.
Yeah.
Shame on the rest of you fucks.
Yep. Steve, do you want to plug any of your identical twin cousins bullshit?
Always. You guys should watch Costume Cookery, and if you don't watch them, that's fine. I'll still be better than you. But you should buy baked goods from my less attractive identical twin cousins. What's his face? Roger.
Roger.
That one. Yeah. So.
You know what I thought was completely fucked? I went to the local car store the other day to buy some shit from that old bastard. And he gave a cake that was a Pokeball cake that says, "You're at the very best," to somebody that wasn't you.
I mean, it originally went to that person, but a crowbar, and 15 minutes later, it was at my house.
Okay, so you know about it. I was making sure.
Yeah, I mean, I was on top of that shit.
You're the
You called them all.
You're the Grandmaster Wizard of Pokemon.
I'm the Grand Dragon Wizard of Pokemon.
Cool Kids Club of Pokemon.
Yeah, so costume cookery.
Sometimes I like to wear a white sheet for catching Pokemon. Particularly interested in ghost types.
Buried lowercase t's in the yard.
The T is for training. You need to train more.
Oh, goddamn.
Dead baby jokes and KKK jokes.
It's a fabulous program.
Hell yeah, it is.
We've hit an all-time low here at Good Old Gamers.
We aim for the lowest.
Yep. Our standards obviously aren't present, so we don't try to present you with any.
I'm going to have to wear like a fake mustache or something when you start actually recording this so that people don't confuse me with Roger Felton.
Yeah, yeah.
And tell Roger Felton's parents about the stuff that I'm doing.
The resemblance is uncanny.
I mean, I'm a lot better looking than he is.
I agree. I mean, if I got drunk, I'd probably stick it to Roger, but you definitely would.
I mean, I have. But
yeah.
I mean, it's
Alabama. Day. I mean, it's your cousin.
It's
you
kind
got
of encouraged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to Alabama. Here's your cousin.
Yep.
So
that's the easiest piece of ass you'll ever get.
Yep.
If you like the skin, keep it kin. That's a new slogan. It's a brogan. But anywho, until next time, I guess. Check us out. We'll be coming back at you soon. We're going to keep fucking experimenting with this video thing.
Yep.
So hopefully we'll have it up and going.
Yeah. Hopefully next 4 or 5 episodes. I want to get this old camera ain't going to cut it, but it was decent for testing. I'm going to get some newer cameras. That camera that was bundled with Windows 95.
Oh, so cutting edge technology.
Yeah.
Going worldwide.
Yep.
1.2 megapigeons.
Oh, yeah. Well, Steve, you want to sign us off tonight?
Game over, man. Game over.
Please don't go. The drones need you. They look up to you.